Hello children, welcome for today's biology class. So today we are going to start with the chapter life process. The topics going to be covered are criteria to decide whether something is alive and types of nutrition. Now let us go inside the chapter. So first let us study regarding what are the criteria to decide whether something is alive or not. So the most important criteria to decide whether something is alive is movement. So can you see here, all organisms they show movement. So sometimes it can be visible and it may not be visible, and the movements it can be molecular movements like that. So this type of molecular movements it occurs during metabolism and it occurs inside the cells and it is necessary for life process. The visible and invisible movements, both of them it is necessary. Okay, that is the most important criteria. So now let us see the various type of basic life processes. So for that, the basic life processes are nutrition, respiration, transportation and excretion. So nutrition, it is the process of taking food by an organism. So the way of taking may different, but all living organisms they take food. Respiration. So here by means of respiration the atmospheric air is taken in and it is helpful in combustion of food. So then the food it releases energy. It occurs in presence of oxygen. Transportation, it is the process by which food, oxygen, water, waste all are transported from one part of the body to other. So excretion is a process by means of this the waste products are eliminated or removed from the body. These all are various systems: digestive system, respiratory system, circulatory system and excretory system. So in this chapter we are going to study all these things in detail. So first let us study regarding nutrition. So it is the process of taking food by an organism. Okay, so why the organism they are taking food? It is necessary to build the body for growth, to repair the damaged parts of the body and also for energy. If you don't take food, then you won't be getting energy. Okay, so for all these processes, the nutrition is needed. So life on earth depend upon the carbon based molecules. So so carbon based molecules, that is carbohydrate, fat, protein, so all of them they contain carbon. So they all are depending upon this carbon based molecules. So outside raw materials are used by the living organisms. So apart from that, outside raw materials used are food, water and air. It is needed for the living organism. So let us study regarding the modes of nutrition. There are two main modes of nutrition. It is autotrophic and heterotrophic nutrition. So in autotrophic nutrition, the organisms are able to produce their own food from simple inorganic substances like carbon dioxide, water. It is used, and in presence of sunlight and chlorophyll, they can produce their own food. Example, all green plants and some bacteria are coming under this category. Next is heterotrophic nutrition. It is the nutrition in which the organism, they get the food directly or indirectly from plants. Okay, so they don't prepare their own food, but they depend upon the plants directly or indirectly. For example, herbivores they eat plant, but carnivores they eat herbivores. Herbivores they eat plants, like that. They depend directly or indirectly. So herbivores directly depend upon plants, but carnivores indirectly depend. Okay, so the types of heterotrophic nutrition when you observe, so there are three main types of heterotrophic nutrition, that is saprophytic, parasitic and holozoic nutrition. Okay, so first let us study regarding saprophytic nutrition. So in this nutrition, the organisms get the food from dead and decaying organism. They break down the food material outside their body and they absorb the nutrients. Example, mushroom, bread mold, yeast, means all fungi are coming under this category. Parasitic nutrition. So in this nutrition, the organisms get their food from living organisms, that we call that as host, without killing them. So Cuscuta, that is no plant parasite, orchids, ticks, lice, leeches, roundworm, tapeworm. So Plasmodium, malarial parasite, all are coming under this category. The parasites, it can be it can be outside the body or inside the body also. It can be ectoparasite or endoparasite. Malaria, the Plasmodium, malaria causing parasite coming under endoparasite, inside the body. So then lice, leeches are coming under ectoparasite. Roundworm, tapeworm also endoparasites. Holozoic nutrition. So in this nutrition, the organisms take the food directly and digest and absorbs it. Amoeba, paramecium, birds, fishes, human, all are coming under this category. This amoeba, fungi, cuscuta. Okay, children. So now let us continue the nutrition in plants. So plants, how do they prepare the food? They prepare the food by process called photosynthesis. So how do they do photosynthesis? In presence of carbon dioxide, water, sunlight and chlorophyll, they can produce glucose, and later it can be converted into starch for storage. Okay, the byproducts released are water vapor and oxygen. So in the process of photosynthesis, the photosynthesis, it occurs in three main steps. First step, that is absorption of light energy. How the light energy is absorbed? With the help of chlorophyll. Second, conversion of light energy into chemical energy, and splitting up of water molecules. The water molecules, it splits into hydrogen and oxygen. Then reduction of carbon dioxide by hydrogen released from water, and this hydrogen, it reduces the carbon dioxide to form carbohydrates. So these are three main steps during photosynthesis. So first, absorption of light, next is splitting up of water, third is reduction of carbon dioxide. Okay, so it can be asked in 3 mark questions, children. And the type of nutrition, 3 type of nutrition, it can be asked once again in 3 marks along with the examples you can learn. So here the steps in photosynthesis, it has been shown diagrammatically. Energy is trapped by the plant by chlorophyll, and later, okay, the carbon dioxide is utilized and oxygen is released and glucose is formed. Okay. So the chlorophyll, these are the green pigments present in the leaves. That's why the leaves are green. When you observe the cross section of leaf under microscope, we can see the cells containing green dot-like structures, that you call that as chloroplasts. So, and it contains chlorophyll. Okay, chlorophyll. This is the chloroplast. So these are the leaf, cross section of leaf. So can you see the mesophyll cells? They are having dot-like structures. So the palisade mesophyll and the spongy mesophyll, they are showing the presence of chloroplasts. So here you can see the cell. This is the vacuole cell membrane. Can you see? Chloroplast. It is the enlarged structure of chloroplast. The chloroplast, single chloroplast, it has been shown here. You studied the detailed structure in 9th class. This outer membrane, then inner membrane. You can see the stack-like structure, coin-like structures. This thylakoid. Okay, so they are interconnected by lamella, and the fluid seen, you call that as stroma. Okay, children. So today we are concluding up to this. We will meet in the next class. Thank you.